Do you like doing your tax return? Thought so. Well, you're not alone. In fact, 68% of people find lodging their individual tax return frustrating and complicated. Similarly, 50% of people would rather clean the entire house, be stuck in traffic, or work on the weekend rather than file their tax return. Not only are consumers becoming frustrated, but they are over allocating resources in order to finalise their returns. The average consumer spends $422 and 13 hours to manage their tax affairs throughout the year. But what are the specific pain points that resonate with consumers? Well, 76% of people find deductions too difficult to calculate, and 25% of people find record keeping just too hard. But what if there was a solution that could minimize expenditure and simplify the tax system for the individual? Introducing the Deloitte Tax Cloud. Tax Cloud is a Deloitte-operated cloud-based system that facilitates the automated integration of consumer data between our stakeholders, the Commonwealth Bank and Australian Taxation Office. The first step is that the individual client is issued with a keycard designated for purchases for tax-deductible items. Once a client makes a purchase, they simply take a photo of the receipt and upload it into the tax cloud for storage. The client then logs into their online banking by using either the smartphone application or desktop version and classifies the transaction into its relevant deduction category, whether it be travel, car, clothing, self-education, or other work-related expenses. The client continues to make purchases with all transactions being calculated and stored within the cloud. Each client has their own individual account where all receipts and transaction data is stored. At this point, the account data is available to Deloitte and can be utilised. At the end of the financial year, the information is collaborated and categorised, then returned to the client for taxation purposes. The client has two options. They can either have the data exported in a file format or can have the data pre-populated in the eTax module. Overall, the consumer reduces the time and cost of managing their tax affairs, and the most frustrating element for consumers, calculating deductions, is now complete. But what is the exact value Tax Cloud can generate for its stakeholders? Well, for Deloitte, they now have access to big data, which can be used for existing clients' projects, boosting productivity. For the consumer, they are able to save both time and money by reducing their expenditure on tax agents. In fact, if just 25% of Commonwealth clients utilise the Tax Cloud, they would collectively save $84 million in the first year. Commonwealth would now be able to offer its clients another technically advanced application which delivers superior value and saves clients money. So how much data could we extract? Well, with 3.15 million Commonwealth customers, if just 25% of clients use the Tax Cloud, we would gain access to over 3 million transactions, which have already been categorized. This all leads to big data. By utilizing this data, we can now not only benefit our existing clients through an increased knowledge bank, but we also have the opportunity to sell this data to external companies. In fact, if we effectively utilize this data internally and realize the market demand from sales, we can generate $139 million in revenue in the first 5 years. It is now we must implement the Tax Cloud. Cloud computing and storage is more accessible than ever, and cloud solutions continue to popularize. Big data is playing a pivotal role in company strategies as more and more investment goes into analytics and the relevant insights are craved. Lastly, our key stakeholders, the Commonwealth Bank and the Australian Taxation Office, have made a conscious effort in the last few years to advance technically to provide their clients a better service. The market trends have been identified and the revenue is there. That's why it's time for the Deloitte Tax Cloud.